Welcome back to another review and feedback. We're going to see what's going on in this game. It's going to be very interesting. It's on the shorter side, so I don't want to extend it too long. So we're going to kind of just jump right on in. It is a Zerg versus Protoss. Obviously, you can see that in the description. Interestingly enough, one of these players are ranked at a low GM level. The other players in the literally at the edge of Diamond 2 into Diamond 1. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. Put it right into the screen. If you can only imagine, we're going to see some interesting stuff. You can see the timer over here on how quick it is. One of the players is articulating or believing that they're against a cheater of some variety. We'll see how that goes. I don't know who that is. I didn't look at who submitted, so I'm going to try and determine that via the game itself. So we're going to go early game. It's going to go a little bit faster. See if there's anything going on. I'm flicking between the two players. What I'm trying to do is I'm looking for vision movements, things of that nature, what placement of things. What you just saw was the camera hotkey. It's a command that you can set up on your keyboard with regards to different locations and all that kind of stuff. You can also make it so that it's already in the default layout. I personally prefer to change it to the F keys. I have larger hands, so I can reach the F keys very easily. So I do like Control F1, Control F2, F3, so on and so forth. But there is limitation there, and I'm really bad about using it. It's just like when I first learned RTS, I didn't actually practice that skill, and so it's very difficult for me to get good at that. On the other side of the map, I think actually we're gonna jump back just a little bit here, and we're gonna slow down. All right, what you just saw, we're gonna do that one more time, and we're gonna go slower. I think that this person in blue, Ice, is cheating. Why would their camera be on top of their opponent's base? Let's see what they have selected while this happens. We're gonna go all the way down to the slow speed of normal. They have they don't have a probe. They don't have an adept. They don't have an illusion, something that's hallucinated. There's nothing here that indicates that they have any kind of vision, and it's only there for a brief second or so, and then it jumps back to this location. I have a feeling Ice is actually a cheater, because this is what they just did was a telltale sign of using a map pack, basically removing the shroud in the game. And therefore, the opponent, you're able to go to exactly what your opponent's doing. You're able to build the correct counters, build the correct units. Now, cheaters don't have good build orders. Almost always they don't. So why are you building a forge unless you know that they're going to grab this base? Which, we go to everyone. You know they're doing that. You didn't even scout it. They have no idea. This is screen cheating, for sure. Because this forge is super late for no reason. They're using, excuse me, they're placing it in this isn't a terribly odd spot, but they're placing the pylon before they scout it's there. Like, straight up, if you can't, they don't know, unless they cheated. All right, so let's go ahead and see how the game plays out. We know that blue is cheating at this point. By the way, this build is pretty standard, pretty normal for the Zerg. 3 base before pool is a thing. It's a very economical build. You're focusing on grabbing resources as fast as you can. Things to do to improve your skill as the red, or not your skill, but to improve your existing skill with very little effort. When you build a base with gold, don't rally units over as you build them. Take the swath of units that you have in your main and send them over immediately. That because these gold patches mine about twice as fast, give or take a little bit. I don't know the exact numbers. Point being is having 6 drones here immediately when this is done, or pretty close to when it's done, right after it's done, versus having them on the blue resources here is crazy. Like, you're going to get so much more value out of this expansion very quickly, because you're going to be doubling that, not doubling the resource collection, right? But you're going to maximize the input from your workers. So just a slight little knowledge gap or knowledge piece to help. This is clearly somebody cheating. I mean, this forge went down after they saw the early expand. Like, oh god, like this person needs to be kicked off the ladder, and their IP address, or their not even their IP address, their MAC address needs to be banned. This is somebody that we just don't want to have playing games with us. On the other side of the map, the opponent has perfect knowledge, knowing where all this is. Also, be careful with your Overlord. He's going to build a Stalker probably at some point. You saw the Cyber Core. You want to pull that away. I actually didn't even see the Cyber Core, but you should. Okay, there's a cannon. Fly over and see what's going on. I like this play. It's really funny. But this Overlord needs to like get out of here. You're going to run into a situation where you don't know what's going on, and you're in kind of trouble. Aside from that, it's a lot of gas for Zerg. Also expand here after the fact. I mean, this is you have the money. You might want to get. There's a lot of decision points, right? You have the money, spend your money. So it's possible to still beat cheaters because eventually when you get up to the level of GM, what happens is you basically have perfect information or close to perfect information because your scouting has gotten so much better. So what you need to imagine is while you might be ignorant, that happens at GM levels all the time. Also, to cancel that with 3 zealots unless you have the army come in, which you do not. You're actually in a defensive posture. I would have literally just saved the minerals right here. I do like that play. I do like the Nidus attempt. God, there's the Overlord should have run away earlier, but it should have also scouted earlier. I would have probably there was an opportunity to win this game, but you just had to be really safe. Or not really safe, but you had to be like really mobile, and you had to be really on top of your own scouting. So having extra Overlords hanging out in all the locations, making sure you get your spores, making sure that you are on top of doing any kind of like play that makes it so you're able to gain advantage over your opponent. Like you did a really good. This is a really cool idea. Building a base here, building a base here. Going here was really cool. I like this a lot. Like your play was really smart. I really liked what you did with a lot of your what happened in this game. I still think you could have won. I probably, knowing that they have a forge, would have gone immediately into roaches and into Ravengers. Right? I'm obviously seeing this with full information, so fine. But as soon as you see the cannons, you know that they're going to have a cannon at home, is the logic. And you also have the ability to see the cannon at their home with the Overlord that was hanging out here. So, like, these kind of pieces, these little pieces that you can take from your understanding of the game is basically like, hey, I saw that they put a cannon in the wall. What can I do to break that? A roach all in off a 2 base, maxing out would be amazing. The Nidus network was a cool idea, but the game wasn't over, is what I'm saying when you quit out, and obviously used the language you did. And I agree, they cheated. There's no question about it. That's unfortunate. It's look, I get the frustration, the anger, the you're trying to have a good time, and they're putting out there something that's just not fun for anybody but that person. It shows incorrect information about their skill levels. It shows, like, that's not fun. Also, they were misranked. They were playing unranked at 3.8k-ish MMR. That's where you were. And they were 5.15k MMR in their actual skill level based off of the file that was downloaded from StarCraft SC2stats.com. So you were at a disadvantage, period, just from the fact that they had that MMR. That MMR was given to them because of the cheats. Their skill level in their execution was not quite there, and your decision making was good. There was a lot of really good decision making, but that game was not over. You could have easily expanded behind that, kept those lings at home, got some spores, got more queens, and then turned it into a much longer game. Cheaters very often do not do well at late game, and therefore you could have taken it to the late game. You just had to like not do anything risky. Okay, build like 3 or 4 extra queens beyond where you are right now. At the end of that game, get one base, protect it very well, get spores all over the place, make sure that you have something to delay the inevitable attacks that your opponent's going to do. Make sure that you build your creep out and spread it effectively so that you can make sure you're not going to get dropped with warp prisms and stuff like that. Obviously, it's really annoying to do. I'm not saying that it's not annoying, but you had the opportunity to win that game, even being in the situation that you were in based off of what happened early game. It was not fun for you. And I'm sure that person goes, "Ha, I won, fuck you," or whatever the hell they did, right? Like, but yeah, I get it. I'm sorry that happened to you. But yeah, I agree it's a cheater. And I think I've actually played that player before, and I didn't actually ID them as a cheater because I didn't review their vision while I did it, but I have had several close games with them when I was in the 33 to 100 MMR range. So, yeah, now I know that they're a cheater. And they're also a smurf because they play unranked. So, best of luck with your future games. Thank you for the submission. And I look forward to hopefully casting a game where it's not a cheater for you. And go get that MMR. Enjoy your wins when you get them. Thanks for watching.